Hi, my name is Ember Kelly. I am the Director of Religious Education at the Fourth Universalist Society in New York City. You can find out more about us at number 4 thu.org. We're a progressive Unitarian Universalist congregation. And as the Director of Religious Education, I'm making this video to just kind of tell you a little bit about our vision for some of our digital learning this year. So we've engaged with this process that I like to call Learning with Fourth. It's kind of the name that I've given any of our efforts for digital learning. We've had this interesting context of being in a pandemic in the midst of all of these challenges, in the midst of being disconnected from each other in person, but finding new ways to connect online. And I thought that one of the avenues would be to really create a lot of education content on social media and on YouTube. So I'm coming to you today as part of the effort to make adult religious education videos. We will also be making probably at least 2 kids related, kids topics, kids themed, more friendly for kids, religious education videos on YouTube for every month. But for the adults, we're going to be aiming for at least 1, possibly 2, and they're going to be related to our theme for the month. Kind of over the fall and into the winter, we're focusing on resiliency, how we exist, how we understand ourselves, how we take care of ourselves, so that we can then better handle being engaged in lots of the big processes that are going on in the world. So that's really our focus for this fall and into the winter. And so I'm really excited for this opportunity to be putting out some regular YouTube content for folks to engage with, and we really hope that you enjoy having this chance to connect to education in a different setting. Some of the other things we're going to be doing, we do have a podcast, The Fourth U Dimension. It's on SoundCloud and on Spotify, and we'll be working on loading it onto other platforms as well in the near future. And we're going to be having guest speakers in our In Conversation series. We're going to have these YouTubes. Obviously, we've also decided to engage Google Classrooms as a space where we can interact with each other, share things, dive deeper into Sunday services, and just kind of dive deep into the topics for each month. So this month's topic is self-understanding. And some of the conversations that I've been having with speakers on the podcast and that will be our In Conversation guests as well have been about, when I say self-understanding, is that about, do we have some innate meaning that we're trying to find, or is it that we're creating meaning? And I think that this is a really interesting question to consider. I think that there's a school of thought that says that we have it all inside of us and that we have to figure it out. And I think as a trans woman, that part of my journey was identifying what felt like this inner truth. And so I think that, there's validity to that. But as I've gotten older, I say this as someone about to turn 32, as I've gotten older, I've realized that I need to also be thinking about how I'm not just trying to find a box to put myself into, but instead that I'm working on forming meaning in my own life, writing my own story, and creating my own self-understanding in an active way through what I engage in, through different processes. And so I think that that's, really important that we think about both self-understanding as a way that we deepen our understandings of ourselves, our history, coming to understand the stories that we've told ourselves about ourselves, maybe understanding the way those are true or that they're false, so that we can find some better truth. But it also involves finding and creating our own meaning, realizing that we don't need validity from others, but instead can find and create our own self-understanding and meaning. In the next couple of months, we'll be talking a bit more about self-care, how this identity and community, these sorts of topics. But I just wanted to, kind of take a few seconds there to reflect on self-understanding. I think that in the religious setting here at Fourth Universalist Society, it's a religious congregation, even though many of us come from different settings, including non-religious. But I think that one of the key parts of why people turn to spiritual communities, religious communities, is because they're searching for a way to make meaning out of their lives. And I think that, self-understanding is a process that we can do in a congregational setting, that together we can grow. But I think that it also involves just so much work and activity on our own. So I would love to hear in the comments and our other context. I would love to be interacting with you all to hear how you understand the concept of self-understanding. What does that mean for you? What has that journey looked like in your life? What does it look like for you to come to self-understanding with yourself? So I'd really love to hear in the comments, hear in an email to re at number 4 thu.org. That is my personal email. I'd love to hear from you, to hear what self-understanding means to you. And I'm really looking forward to the journey that Learning with Fourth, our digital learning environment for adult religious education, is going to take. And I'm also really excited to be publishing some children's content as well. So hope that you have enjoyed stopping in briefly for this YouTube video. And I look forward to engaging with you, whether you are an official part of the Fourth U community or whether you are a stranger who stopped by this page. You are welcome to join in this process of building resiliency in the face of this challenging moment that we're in. So, sending a blessing out to you all. I hope this finds you well.